Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Juzi, wakati Raila Odinga aliattend the African President's Summit at KICC, some Kenyans asked themselves, what was the basis of Raila Odinga being part and parcel of that meeting? And I told you, the main basis there, Raila Odinga had declared his interest towards the African Union Commission chairmanship. And so I talked about the reason why, and I explained in the video. Please, if you have not watched, please go and watch. But now, there is a photo, or can I say a video, wakati hao president walimaliza ile summit, walienda wakaconverge around the table. Na hii around the table ilikuwa involve the president of World Bank, Ajay Banga, then those 20 African president ambao walikuwa wamekaribishwa, people like Yoweri Museveni, Samia Suluhu and others, na William Ruto. Now, kuna Raila anaonekana nyuma ya William Ruto. William Ruto amekaa hapa akiaddress, he was the host. So William Ruto amekaa hapa, Musalia Mudavadi behind him on the left side. Then on the right side behind William Ruto, we are having Hassan, Mohamed Hassan. Is he Mohamed Hassan, the spokesperson of Statehouse? Hussein, not Hassan, Hussein Mohamed. Behind William Ruto on the right side. So Hussein Mohamed was on the right side, behind William Ruto, Musalia Mudavadi on the left side, behind William Ruto. But at the center, behind William Ruto, was Raila Amolo Odinga.
Of minds between us as leaders in this continent and the World Bank on the priority areas. Infrastructure, roads, rail, and associated infrastructure. Agriculture, as a place where we can unlock tremendous potential for food security. Manufacturing, where we are going to create value, create jobs, export goods, and make money. You have to deal with hard facts and cold truths. He speaks straight, and therefore that's the language, that's the new language that drives a new narrative. And
I am committed to Africa's future, and the World Bank is betting big on it. 20 years ago, just 20% of our financing went to Africa, in total 5 billion. Today, across the World Bank group, 36% goes there, which is about 45 billion. Across IDA, it's closer to 70 billion. But I think all these visits help to change what I'm looking at to make the bank effective, simpler, and more quick in what it gets done. Our deepest desire is to be a hand on your back, not a hand in your face. We want to be your support system.
Communicate as we go into the next session. Let me give the floor to the Prime Minister of Rwanda, Guinea. Yes.
While President Ruto is away, I'm going to just steal his notes. And the Prime Minister of Mozambique, I think, is the next one.
From Democratic Republic, me give the floor to the President of Somalia. So I'm going to ask the next 4 speakers to be brief. Prime Minister of Lesotho. Côte d'Ivoire, the Prime Minister, and my good brother, Bayo, to close for us.
We should agree on a few crucial areas where we say, you handle this in this way, the rest we shall handle.
Because you have very good English, so we may need to.
I've seen this video circulating in social media, and some individual came out reacting on the video. Some even say tusiweke siasa kwa moyo, tuweke kwa lungs. Tukibreathe inatoka. Some even came out saying that Raila Odinga do not deserve to be part and parcel of that meeting, because Raila Odinga does not have any office. But remember one thing I told you, you will see Raila Odinga attending these meetings. You like it or you don't like it. Immediately, he declared his interest towards the chairmanship of African Union. Remember, he has been having favors. And because also not only favors, but also, he must be given a platform. Of course, sharing his agenda with these African presidents and also those staffs that will vote next year, 2025, in the month of May, date 5th. That is the day that African Union is going to elect the next chairperson, as the current chair, Moussa Faki, will be retiring. And so, the reason why he's appearing in these meetings is because he must understand the ideologies and agendas of African Union. Not only African Union, but in the basis of understanding this country is having this ideology. This country is having this agenda. So it will be easier to understand the prospects and trajectories of different countries in such kind of meetings. So I think Raila Odinga to be seen behind William Ruto, it was not a mistake, or rather it was not a coincidence. It is something that was planned. In fact, we're being told the summit that was hosted by William Ruto at KICC, where the World Bank President AJ Banga was present, because they were discussing about the issues of how they can or how they can have loans. What is the benefit of the World Bank supporting African countries? What are these projects? And also how they can utilize their issues. And so, Raila Odinga was invited. And this invitation was to make him familiarize with these African presidents. Any meeting or any summit that involve this African president, it is like already mobilize a team of presidents in Africa who are going to vote. Remember, it is not us who are going to vote. It is these presidents like William Ruto, Samia Suluhu, Yoweri Museveni, Paul Kagame, and others, because they are having almost 54, 55 countries. And they are having their presidents. So Raila Odinga must come out to convince them. And by doing that, also these meetings, Raila Odinga must be invited. And so those who are feeling bad, especially those allies from Kenya Kwanza, it is not Azimio that has forced Raila Odinga to be there. Immediately he declared, imagine, his interest towards that seat. That made him to be in such kind of meetings. Not only these meetings in Africa, Raila Odinga has been recently, if you're keen, he has been attending these abroad meetings. Look at the meetings of UN, US the other time, UK, meeting ambassadors from outside Africa. You saw him receiving dignitaries from outside Africa. So there is a kind of connection of this leadership of African Union with other countries outside Africa. And so also he must also know how he's going to connect, because African countries, they also have partners outside Africa. And those, or rather that person who is going to lead Africa, must also understand that when it comes to Chad, what do they want? When we look at Kenya, when we look at Uganda, what is this that they want? When we look at South Africa, what is this that they want? So those are the prospects and trajectories of Raila Odinga towards his bid as the next chairperson of African Union Commissioner. So I think the way I clarified, it was it yesterday? Yesterday I analyzed another video. But as the way I clarified, it was not a coincidence, it was not a mistake. Raila Odinga was invited, and so seeing him behind William Ruto, some people are feeling bad. I even heard some people saying this seat was for Rigathi Gachagua, that Rigathi Gachagua ndiye angekuwa hapo nyuma. No, it was not a competition. Even if Rigathi Gachagua could have been there, Raila Odinga could have been there. Because Raila Odinga started this summit, immediately these presidents arrived at KSUC. Raila Odinga was there because he was welcomed. So I think there is no big deal there. The only thing that we must understand, Raila Odinga the other day declared his interest. And his interest is that he must be part and parcel of African Union. There should not be a meeting somewhere that involves African Union. At the same time, Raila Odinga is the presidential, not presidential, we are used to Raila Odinga presidential candidate. He is now the candidate of African Union Commission Chair. So that is what he must do. Not just to sit home, wait. When am I going to Chad? When am I going to Nigeria? Those are the issues that also Raila Odinga is looking again. So much important. Ladies and gentlemen, what do you think? Drop your opinion at the comment section below. Otherwise, thank you so much because of your great support. Please consider subscribing, liking, commenting, and sharing this video. Bye-bye till we meet in another video.